So now we are live. Oh, I need my mic here. So now we are live here. Welcome on my channel, a channel where I share the things that Bob Proctor learned me, the things that I'm still learning. I'm really passionate by all the materials about mind, Neville Goddard, how we can create a better life by understanding ourselves and creating a better self. And that's what I'm talking about, and that's what I'm sharing. So if you are interested in that, if you like that ideas, well, subscribe, follow me, and I'll share some videos, but I'll also live. I like lives because then I don't have to edit. Maybe that's a more efficient way of, and I don't want to, clear it up. I just want to bring it as it is, as I think it is, as I feel it is. So I don't want to change the way or too much by editing the stuff. Unless you put now in the comment to say, Nick, no, we like more edited videos with slides and pop-ups and things that are just moving around as a little bit of distraction to keep us here. No, I hope not. But if you want to, I'll do it like that. My audience decides. So I'm studying again and studying again the original or the Think and Grow Rich book. I have the hard copy. I love that hard copy. And yeah, and as you see, there are post-its everywhere. Those are the things I repeat a lot or I go over again. Because what I learned from Bob is it is not the quantity that you read, but is the intensity and the way that you read things. So he would say to us, well, we start with a chapter, and now you read that chapter for 30 days every day. So don't rush the book. Just go for one chapter, read it a whole month, a whole week, but go over it, and over it. And by doing that, I felt also that you're diving more in depth and you start to understand things. And if you combine it then with that goal card principle, which is one of the videos that has been seen most on this channel, the way that you use your goal card and then start reading, then you will find often answers or insights that you need for that day or to move the needle towards your goal. So today I'm in the persistence chapter, and it is an important chapter. I think while all the 13 chapters of Think and Grow Rich are important, but the persistence is really a thing like what they say that carbon is to steel, what persistence is to the character of a man. It's just what you need, that little persistence. And if there is something that I could become better in, is in persistence. If I don't see the results fast enough, I have the tendency to back down and to slow down. And that's maybe something if for my next or for my new endeavors, I should be more persistent in that. And it is like this, creating this YouTube channel. I wanted to create it, but then it goes a little bit slow, so I forget it. It's not that important, but now I created it as an important thing, and also to do these lives are important for me. So I'll first see if I on my chat itself, if there is something. If you are close, okay, yeah. So if you are following and you have any comments, just drop them in the comments. I can see it here on my right-hand side on the screen, and then I can follow you, or I can answer you directly. So these lives are really meant that you can engage, you can ask questions, and I'll try to respond it as good as possible. I'll respond to your questions. Now, persistence formula in the persistence chapter, there are 4 points. And first point of the persistence formula is a definite purpose backed by a burning desire for its fulfillment. I repeat that. It is a definite purpose backed by a burning desire for his fulfillment. Anthony Robbins would say it has to be a pull thing. it has to be something that is pulling you forward and not something that you are um, feeling that it's a duty. The duty should come from out the need from inside that you want to achieve your goal. And if you don't have that um, definite burning desire, or that definite purpose backed by a burning desire, well, the risks are that you will give up. So the idea of the persistence formula is, what are the conditions, or how can I create the conditions so that I will persist, so that I will achieve my goals? So a definite purpose. So you have to be very clear on the things that you really want. And if you are very clear on things that you really want, yeah, it should be backed by a burning desire. That burning desire is the things that you are really want to achieve from an emotional standpoint, and not only from your calculator or from a rational standpoint. The second is a definite plan expressed in a continuous action. I think that's a little bit what I explained when we talked about that goal card, is that once you have your uh, A type goal, the goal that you really want to achieve, that your big dream, now you need a first step, and you need to create a plan. And this morning I create a video that be big in the small actions, be big in the small steps, and that's something that still I'm working on, that to be more precise in detailed actions. Because if you have a plan and the plan is in two big steps, the, there is a big risk that you will abandon your plan. If your plan is, you just look to forward like someone who is climbing a mountain, and you're just searching for the next point to how to put your foot, and where you can bring your hand towards, how you can now pull yourself up 1 meter. Well, that's the thing that you should have. That's the plan that you have. What is the next step that I can do? Which is little step can I do which can bring me like the most benefit today, not tomorrow, not in 5 weeks, today. Which little step can I do? And having faith in little steps, and knowing that will compound, now you will achieve your goal. That's something that I did in the past, not good enough, or I could be better, and that's why I love the word better, is that understanding that those, and accepting that those little steps are the stepping stones toward the bigger goal. And if you don't take those small steps, you won't create a big step. And therefore, you need faith. You need faith, that, and you need to believe in the compound effect. And if you believe in something, that by definition, it is something that you can't be sure of, or it's not mathematically uh, reassured. There is some point that you don't know it. You don't know it, but you accept it and you believe it. And by believing it, you're taking it for granted, or you're taking it for truth already before it has been manifested in the outside world. So you take small steps, and you believe that those small steps will compound into a bigger goal, and that it will manifest. And often is it like that? You do take small steps, and then it goes faster and faster, and before you know, is the goal is accomplished. Yeah? And that's what here also is described, is a definite plan expressed in a continuous action. So it is not a big plan where you take sometimes and sometimes not action. No, it's a definite plan with continuous action. And I translate that then to be big in the small steps, create every day a small step, every day a small step. And it's like going to the gym. You don't have to lift a lot of weights, you have to lift regularly weights to gain muscles. And then point three is a closed mind. And that's maybe a very important one. A closed mind, all negative influences, including negative suggestions of relatives, friends, and acquaintances. So in the persistence formula, we have now first a definite purpose backed up by a burning desire. Then we have a definite plan in small action steps that you can continue to do. And then the third point is to have a closed mind for all negative influences. And that's a very important one. And certainly in the time of social media, if you start with something and you are working on a new goal and you have, yeah, you want to change, even if you want to change a sport or you want to do something and you tell it to your friends, well, there will always be someone who will try to smash you down and will call it all negative, and you will, well, you will be discouraged. So you need to be upfront, have that close mind. And yesterday I saw an interview with a very young politician in Holland, and a guy yeah, I admire his courage. He's 22, I think. He's ginger hair. He has really a big ginger hair, and he was like running for the local political career for his village. And now he got really bashed on the internet. But that guy who did interviewed him, they say, well, how do you cope with that, with all that negative comments on Facebook and Instagram? I say, well, I see it as a blessing because those guys who are negative, they don't understand they are pushing the algorithm to higher and highs. So he made the shift and he had a very closed mind for negative influences and he translated it in something positive. He said, well, the more they are negative, the more I have those negative bashers and negative comments on my reels and videos, the more that Facebook and Instagram will see that there's interest in my video. They don't judge it of if it's positive or negative, and they will push my video much more, and it will reach more people. So also positive people, people who like me. So that's a I like that attitude, and maybe you say, well, yeah, okay, I'll do something, but the negative things can it's not that negative. It can push me to something that's more positive, or I can have higher, a larger reach. So if you have any as we are live now, if you have any questions or comments, put them in the chat. I can follow them the left side or the right side. And if you have questions or comments, I'm more than happy to have this conversation and answer your questions if possible. So we are now at point 4, and that's maybe also a very important one. In the persistent formula, we are now point 4, a friendly alliance with one or more persons who will encourage one to follow through with both plan and purpose. So if you want to be persistent, there is all benefit in it to have someone who is a friendly alliance, who understands you, who accepts your goal setting or your challenge, and who will encourage you to follow through with both plan and purpose. So someone who is backing you up and who understands that you will have setbacks and will understand that it won't be always straight up and that there will be pitfalls and things, but that always is there to push you forward and understands that maybe it will take a little bit longer. Um, so if you have that, then you have the golden persistence formula following Napoleon Hill in his Think and Grow Rich. Um, so I take it in a summary. It's like first, you need a definite purpose backed up by a burning desire. Second, you need a definite plan expressed in a continuous action plan. And that plan, I advise and I learned from Bob is don't make the steps too big. Most people are taking the steps too big, and by creating too big steps, they don't do it. They don't persist. So just ask yourself today, okay, I have a plan. I want to achieve something. what is the smallest step that I can do today, or which step can push the needle the fastest forward today. And maybe it's just making one call. Maybe it's just doing one live. Maybe it's just creating a summary or a course, whatever you want to do, or whatever your goal is. Just maybe just reading a book. Maybe you need that. So create small steps and be big in the small steps. Be focused in the small steps. Do it in a certain way. And then the mind closed to negative comments. The mind close to negative comments is so important, and certainly I can't repeat it enough, certainly today, because you will have negative people. Whatever you will start, there are always people who want to drag you back. I'm in my regular business, I'm in the slimming and health business, and even there we see it. If someone is really enthusiastic, and maybe you know that we have encountered that, if you want to lose some weight, well, you start a little bit, you have a little bit success, and I see with clients, they're getting too enthusiastic, they're losing too much weight, and then their environment are trying to pull them down. I think it's not healthy. You should not lose that much weight in a short period of time. You should not this, you should not that. And those are all the people who are overweight, who are telling someone who is losing weight that they shouldn't do that. Well, if you start a new business, if you have a new hobby, a new sport, and you start, there will always be someone who will tell you why you shouldn't do that. And if you look at their life, they're doing nothing. So keep your mind closed for all negative reaction. If you know if it feels good for you, keep on going, and it's right. And then a friendly alliance. A friendly alliance with someone who can understand you. And maybe we can create that friendly alliance here. Maybe we create a community with friendly alliances with people who are willing to understand the mind, who want to be better understanding the mind, but also want to be encouraged by people who understand, who are studying themselves and the mind. It's not This place is not a place for one direction or guru city. I'm not here to dictate what you have to do. I'm here to share as much as possible what I'm interested in, learning what I'm learning from Bob, what I'm still learning by reading every day, by listening to audios, by because I'm passionate by it. I see benefits in my life every day by understanding myself a little bit better that I can create a better world around me also. So if you like this type of information, if you like the lives, that's also something question that I have. I like to do live because if I do lives, I can be as spontaneous as possible. I don't have to think it, even if I have a lapsus in my English and my English is not perfect. So what? But I can just talk from the heart and engage with you. That's maybe a reason why I like it even most is that if there is a live and you have a question or just a comment, well, we can interact and we can create a community here on YouTube. Why not? So give me a thumbs up if you like it. Share it with someone if you would like to share it, but don't forget to subscribe. It can only help this. Okay, over and out for today, and I see you in the next live or recorded video. Enjoy your day and make it a better day.